Oh, hey, how's it going? Ah, that's not right. Hi, friend. No, that's not it either. Welcome back to my channel. Nope. Shoot. Ah. Hello, fellow intercom nerds. Yeah. How you doing? It's Rob. You've stumbled onto a very nerdy channel. Hope you mean to be here, or you might just die of boredom. Well, I guess by this point you know that you are supposed to be here. We're going to talk today about another intercom system. Choo choo, intercoms. Yay. So today we're going to talk about the RTS Romeo system. This is a wireless Beltpack system that integrates directly into your RTS intercom. This is a wireless extension of your RTS digital matrix intercom system. It will not operate standalone. And the systems that it will extend are Atom M with an Omnio card, or the Odin and the Odin main station, which speak Omnio natively. Omnio is a transport protocol for local area networks or fast local networks. They have other stuff for over the internet stuff, but I'm not going to get into that. Omnio is Dante audio transport in a control wrapper that lets you know when you've pressed buttons, lets the intercom know when you've pressed buttons. So it's Dante audio to the frame, Dante audio from the frame, and then the control wrapper for volume adjustments and push to talks. So it is an IP capable protocol. If your network will transport Dante, then it will transport Omnio. And that is really cool. There's a lot of integrations that you can do with your Omnio enabled intercoms that leverage Dante for other things like program audio into the frame or transport out of the frame to send to a wireless transmitter like an IFB transmitter or something like that. You could do that over Dante natively. Pretty neat. So to get into what Romeo is a wireless extension of your digital matrix intercom. This is a key panel. Yes, a key panel. I wouldn't think of it as a Beltpack. I would think of it as a key panel. You can use these buttons to talk point to point, listen to a party line, and then talk on it. You could even talk to an IFB destination. Let's say this was on the belt of an A2, and they needed to communicate with sideline talent who's wearing a wireless IFB. That sideline talent is hearing program until the producer interrupts. Interruptible foldback. There's good videos on my channel on that. You ought to go see them. Maybe there's a link. IFBs, the television producer's most important tool. Okay, so you could put this Beltpack and this IFB key into this key panel or wireless belt key panel and have somebody talk to a talent. My point is that you can use any four of your buttons just like you would in a real full-size KP. You can put them on this Beltpack, and you can easily change pages so that you can have a different four buttons, a different four, a different four. I think it maxes out at 4 pages. So you could think of this as a 16-button KP. It's pretty neat. So form factor here, it has a belt clip. It is belt worn. The belt clip can be removed, and so you could have these rubber feet, lay it on a desk, and then this would work pretty well for talk and listen, if that's what you want to do with it. And it is perfectly acceptable to do that because it is full control, immediate control of these 4 buttons. 5-pin XLR here, the kind of standard RTS connector. It has a charge port where you could charge this from a 12-volt power supply. And then it also has another I/O connector here that can be an Apple compliant headset. So tip, ring, sleeve to use any of your old headsets that might be more appropriate to use this. Just earbuds, right? It has a removable battery, and that can drop right into a charger. Real quick battery changes. On the front here, it has a power button, and then it has menu and navigation keys, and it is pretty easy to navigate through the menus. There's some things that the icons don't make exact sense, but it is very icon-based and intuitive once you get to see what's going on. Please note the serial number or the decked ID number here in the bottom. We're going to use that later on in the video to adopt this Beltpack and assign it to this access point. So, oh man, what a great transition. Boom, access point. This access point antenna, I'm probably going to use both terms, so potato, access point antenna. Removable antennas, 12-volt power with a locking connector, 2 Ethernet jacks so that you could loop out of this if you needed to co-locate 2 antennas. You could come to the area once and then loop out. Pretty neat, actually. Also has an SFP cage. So you could slide a fiber module into here, small format pluggable. Did you know that? SFP into here, and you could run this antenna natively off of fiber. Here's your little pro tip. You could even send fiber to this antenna and loop out to that second antenna co-located. Whoa. Why would I need 2 antennas in the same location, Rob? Well, this antenna has a limit of 10 users per location. So if you needed more than 10 users in one location, you would need to co-locate 2 antennas. Decked. Everybody's going to run into some kind of limitation like that. Speaking of limits, there is 2 modes that this can run in. High quality and high user count are basically the way I think of the 2. This can run in 5 Beltpack mode, and it has wideband audio, and it's better? I don't know. I'm not an audiophile, so I can't really tell the difference in the audio quality between the wideband and the narrow band, but it uses narrower band in the other mode, and you can run 10 Beltpacks. So 5 prioritizing audio quality, or 10 prioritizing user count and user density. I run them in 10 because it's an intercom. The audio is great, even at 10 user, okay? So, access point connects to the intercom via TCP/IP networking, regular networking hardware. Like I said, if you have a Dante compliant network, you have an Omnio compliant network. Pretty cool. So connecting the access point to the Beltpack is one type of connection, and then connecting the access point to the intercom is the other type of connection. And here's the really cool thing. You connect the access point, you perform this connection in the same program that you perform this connection, in the same program that you would perform this connection. So it's the program called IPedit. IPedit is a native tool supplied by RTS. It's in their software suite. It is pretty intuitive once you know what you're looking at. I've got videos on connecting items, and I even dash a little bit into the Romeo. But go back and watch that. Maybe I'll put a link here to that. And YouTube's cool, isn't it? We all learn from YouTube. It's pretty great. But we're going to go to IPedit and show you where you might pick up the connection process. What you'll find is, well, you might have more items than I do in my sample library here because I'm just doing a bench test. But hopefully this is going to be exactly where you would pick up if you wanted to add Romeo to your intercom. So let's go to the screen. Okay, we're here on the screen of IPedit. We already have our Odin main station added in here, and I have the access point wired up to the same Dante compliant network. I'm going to add a device. Oh, look, my access point was served a DCHP address in the same range, and I am going to add it and press done. Now, over here in my library, I have 2 items my Odin main station and my Omnio access point running in 10 user mode. So the first thing we will do is we will go to the Odin main station, which has currently no Omnio connections configured. We're going to go to channel 1 of my Odin main station, and we're going to configure this. It might be channel, I don't know, 32 for you, but for simplicity, we're going to use channel 1. We're going to click here, point of ellipses, and we are going to add a channel on the access point. And we're going to use channel 1 on the access point to point to channel 1 on the Odin main station. And so those don't need to be changed, but they could be changed. This would be channel 1 on the access point. So let's go to the access point, and we're going to point this at the Odin main station. Channel 1 of the access point points to channel 1 of the Odin main station, and there it is, channel 1. Now, I'm going to do this in 2 steps so that you can see the difference. I'm going to go ahead and send these changes. And you'll see it has a connection that is configured. Oh, and look, just like that, the channel has been connected. So on the Odin main station, there's one channel that's connected, and it doesn't quite have a full connection. But from the access point's point of view, it is fully connected to the intercom. Now we need to get these boxes to be green too, and we're going to do that. These are the channels that face the Beltpack, and these are the channels that face the intercom. So I'm going to reference the decked ID number on my Beltpack, and I'm going to start typing here. 0009. Don't use my access number here. It won't work. It will serve you no good if you put in the wrong one. So now I have the Beltpack ID number. I'm going to send these changes and it now knows that there should be a Beltpack connectable. And it's not going to come up on software alone. Now we're going to go back to the camera here, and we're going to go through the menus and subscribe this Beltpack to the intercom. So we're going to go up here to the gear, and we're going to use this icon, which means connect the Beltpack. And yes, I want to connect. There's a pre-shared key in the intercom that I set up, and it's already stored in this Beltpack. And so that's the pre-shared key. And now there's a pin, and this is the right pin. And it is subscribing. It takes just a couple seconds. When it's done, it's going to reboot, and then it will come back up. All right, and now that the Beltpack is rebooted, you can see it has destinations here in the buttons. You can see which access point it's connected to. ID is 01, and you can see the name of this Beltpack, which is OM01. So this Beltpack is fully connected to the intercom frame. Like I said, any function you can expect out of a KP 12, 16, 32, you can get out of this Beltpack. And changing screens is just very easy. You just press up or down to go to the new page, and it's populated and you're ready to use the buttons on that page. So it's a great little system extension to the digital enabled RTS frames. So here's a little bit of a shameless plug. I don't know if you guys knew it or not, but I am in the business of engineering intercom systems, and I also rent intercom systems, either engineered or just shipped for you to configure. And I have put together some 6-packs of this Romeo system extension. So if you have a main station, you have an Odin, you have an Omnio frame or Omnio enabled card and frame system, you can call me up, phone number, and you can rent one of these systems, attach it to your Odin or OMS, and for the day, the week, the month, you can extend your system to have wireless capabilities. So who's this for? I think that the Romeo system is a great native interaction system for people that are doing corporate, house of worship, and soundstage type of productions. This is a great product for you guys. It will get your comms to be lower, because the volume to be lower, the traffic to be lower, because you're using point to points when you want to use point to points. You're using party lines when you want to, IFBs when you want to. You're not going out of your great digital intercom into a radio channel or into a BTR or another wireless intercom that just has 2 channels for everybody. You can give everybody their own buttons that helps them do their job. So I hope this has been helpful and informative. I hope that it's generated some questions. I've obviously not gone through every answer here or even brought up every pitfall, but I hope it is a discussion starter for you. Please reach out, all the stuff that YouTube people say about like, subscribe, ask questions. Mainly, I want you to ask questions because I want to know how I can help more. So until next time, something quippy about see you soon.